Hi, everyone in my BPES community. I wanted to introduce myself quickly. My name is Heidi Rathke Pinkham, and I am a firstborn BPES family member. And my son is the second in our family. Um, I recently wrote this small book about my experience with the condition, and I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown on why I wrote it, kind of like what it's about in a way. I am, and really what I want to do with it, what my motivation and my purpose is with this book. I kind of, throughout my life, I hadn't seen anyone with this condition, and there's a lot of details that go into the book about it, of how things played out in my life. But I've always kind of wanted to get the story out there and to get awareness out there. And before I stumbled upon these groups, the real reason I wanted the book out was because I wanted to find other people. I wanted to know where everybody was. And then when I found the group, uh, when I got done like sobbing because I saw faces that looked like mine, and I heard stories and stuff, I thought, uh, I just followed the group for a bit, and every now and then, say something. But I saw a lot of posts from mothers who reminded me a lot like of my mother, and how me having this condition impacted her. And I know that she looked for answers and there wasn't a lot out there. And so I have a different perspective as being a mother now. Um, and I can understand the desire and the need to search for the answers. And so the book became more of a priority because I wanted something out there to help other mothers that, I was lucky enough that I had the condition. I knew a little bit more than a lot more than what my mother knew. I knew how it felt. I knew some of the things that were going to happen, and the emotions I would feel, and how my son would feel, and how surgery was going to be, even though I thought that some things had changed. And then when I decided I had the time, I just needed to write this book. And I thought it wasn't going to be that difficult. I thought, it's just going to be me writing down these things that I know to be true throughout my life. And it wasn't that. It was completely different. It's probably one of like the most emotional times in my life. I didn't expect that at all, and it took me longer to write the book than what I thought it was going to take me. And it's not that long of a book, and I don't think that I went that too far in depth in the book. And but it was pretty rough, and I had no idea, no idea, no idea how much this impacted me through my whole life. And looking from a different perspective of being an adult than when I experienced things as a child. Yeah, definitely, definitely. As much as I didn't want to believe that it had that much of it to do with my life. Yeah, it definitely did. And yeah, if you would have asked me 6 months ago if I would have thought that that was to be true, I definitely wouldn't. But writing the book, the emotions and the memories and things, they just flooded back. And so it took me a little bit longer, and I apologize that it took me that much longer to write it. But and then I was really nervous to put it out there, because I'm a pretty open person, and I don't like to really hide a whole lot. But that part of my life I don't talk about, because who am I going to talk to? I mean, people around here, around in my life, they don't understand. And I like to connect with people, and that's not something that they can connect with. And so I'd like to use the book as uh almost like an outline for the awareness. And I've created the social media platforms and to go along with the book, because I'd like to kind of keep some of my life still private with my family, because some of them are not happy about me writing a book. Um, and so I'd like to use that. I like to use those social media platforms for us to gather in a different way than we're gathering with this group. I'd like to use that as a place where we can network a little bit more about focusing on awareness. And maybe, I mean, if you have merchandise, or I don't know, just anything that you think we could use to gain awareness, and we can use this book to to let other people know that it exists, that this condition is out there, and find those people who have the condition who don't even know that they have it, and maybe, make it easier for people to find us, and to find people like Vanessa. And I apologize, I don't know the other people that are in charge of the other website group that I found about bringing about awareness. And I know a lot of that is more like a clinical look at BPES, but um, I think if we all work together, I know we're all so far apart, and that probably has been a hindrance for some time with this condition. So uh, I mean, we're lucky. We have social media and the internet where we can put stuff out there, and to find other people. And I really would I'd like to do that. And maybe the book isn't the right catalyst to do it. Maybe there's something else that can help in that effort. Um, so I guess I ask, please be kind if you read it, and I definitely take suggestions. And but I just ask that you please be kind, because it was very hard, very, very hard. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional about it, because it's still like I'd like to bury those feelings deep down back inside where they were. And even to bring out awareness, it is a little terrifying to me to do that, because I almost feel as if I do that, I'll just keep bringing up this trauma that I didn't even remember existed in my life. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'd like to think it's a good thing. Because if this has impacted me this much in my middle age to even talk about it, I imagine I'm not alone. And I'd like it to not be so traumatic. I'd like it to not be so traumatic for the next generations. And so I look forward to getting your feedback, and maybe networking with more of you to possibly lessen the trauma for some other people. And if you have been someone who didn't have if you had a great experience with this condition, or anything that's helped with it, helped you get through it, helped make it not really be an issue. Because honestly, I thought my family did a fantastic job. I thought that the people around me did a great job lessening this, but some stuff you just can't help. So maybe we need to figure out a way to make it I mean, I always strive for something 100% better. So there's always some room to grow. And yeah, so I guess I feel like this is like really, really long and I just ramble and on and on and on. But I really would love for some other input, and I'm sure, I know Vanessa's been working really, really hard, and I would love to continue to support her and to do what I can to help further what she's doing, because what she's doing is fantastic and admirable. And I I really, really, really wish my mom was here to meet her and to see all of you, and to talk with the other mothers, and swap stories of how to deal with like a child like me. And I think that's my biggest regret, is that she doesn't get to see all of this, and she doesn't get to see the groups that have come together. So but I hope to network with more of you, and I especially want to thank you to all of you for sharing your stories and being in this group and being active and participating, and just existing, because it was really lonely. So I don't really know how to wrap this up, because I'm just too emotional about it, this topic in general. And so I guess I'll just leave it with this. Like, I look forward to seeing some of you maybe in a different way to work together and working on a project.